You know, we have heard a lot of emotion expressed tonight. A lot of concern about our homes and our families and our future. I was intrigued to hear you say that you moved here because of the beauty of this community. Part of it is because of God's gift of our mountains and our valleys, our fields. Part of it is because of the farmers who have tended those fields, mowed them, manicured them, and kept the environment that you appreciate. How did they do that? They did that by working hard, generating profits. It's not a bad word, so that they could do that. One of the opportunities that we have with the development of the gas industry in northeastern Pennsylvania, just not Newton Township, is very simply economic development. And while truck driving, I think, is a very honorable profession, there are many others. Surveyors, welders. We don't think that this area is growing. Tunkhannock has 2 new hotels. Whoever envisioned that that was going to occur? So there is no doubt in my mind that our economic future is brighter because of that. I'm not going to stand here to defend the gas companies. I negotiated with them for 2 years for the type of contract that we had. I feel badly for that gentleman whose grandmother was taken advantage of. And I also think that they need some good financial advice. I want to clear up one matter first, because integrity is very important to me. And I'm concerned with some of the statements made tonight. But one statement that was made that was at the crux of my integrity was made by Linda Nealon to our township secretary, indicating that I had leased my land, but not the land around my home. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not true. I leased all of the land. We've heard discussions about this doesn't have an economic impact. They won't buy our straw. Who do you think is buying my straw? Brown Hill Farms from Lemon, where the one lady moved from, being used in the pipelines. Make no mistake, it's touching everyone, even the legal profession, those who would defend it and those who would oppose it. It's a question of a risk-benefit analysis. That's what the question is. And if you want zero risk, mark this down. You will have zero opportunity. We have to weigh that. The next thing that I look at is, indeed, if all those things are true, that pile on the table, Ronald Reagan used to say, give it to me on one sheet. But how many people do you think this township would have to hire to analyze the suggestions there? That is, in fact, why there is a separation of powers clause. The budget of Newton Township is less than $1 million. If all the critics are right against the gas industry, the place to work is at the state and national level. People who are genuinely concerned and emotional about protecting their homes have tied their future to legal advice that is bad and will cost every resident here if it's adopted. Make no mistake about it. The private property rights as protected in our Constitution is the core of our economic principles. Which one of us would take better care of our property if we didn't know it was ours? I was traveling for the ambassador on trade in the 80s. And what I saw was environmental deprivation, where you had total government control in Eastern Europe because they couldn't afford to make the difference. I urge our supervisors to act in the interests of every one of our residents, to do those things that this township can do. But I would urge you tonight, introduce the ordinance that proposed, second it, and then the three of you vote it down.